Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Yes, it is a Tyranids day. Today is Saturday, December the 7th. And yesterday I took delivery of the latest batch of Tyranids. Two more Termagants or Termagants, maybe. We had one previously. One with a spine fists, one with a spike rifle, three Hormagaunts. Gaunt. Don't see what the differences are. Must be some face, head, claws. Okay, and then we have a Ripper, or just a single one. As been some complaints, people saying that's $20 for that. Come on now, even tells you it's 4.5 cm, which is $20 for that. It does seem a bit of a rip-off. Come on, Joytoy. Now that was in the box, a 3 set. Can be exactly the same. They were charging 45, maybe even 50. Less complaints now. $10 less, and you're getting 3. But one for 20 US, that seems a bit extortionate. Anyway, maybe it's the best of the bunch, we don't know. Let's get a look at the boxes. I don't think there's too much difference between these Termagants or Termagants, however they're pronounced, compared to the previous one. Apart from the weapons, but looks pretty cool. Nice pose there, but I like figures that can pose without the action base. You probably can do it. In fact, let's just swap it around and make it easier. Number 2. Again, looking pretty good. I like that. Let's look at our reverse order for our Hormagaunts. Number 3. Yeah, the heads appear to be different, which is nice to add variety. That does look pretty damn good, has to be said. Number 2. Very cool. Then number 1, and then our Ripper. Pretty cool. And then lastly, the 4.5 cm, tiny Ripper. Is that really $20 overseas? Cheap here in China. And look at the size of the base compared to. Does it need a base? It appears not, but just showing the context. Does look pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to box them and set them up. I'll be back in an instant with this plastic goodness. Stay tuned. And here they are, and they look glorious set up together. They look really, really good. First impressions, the tongues are super annoying to put in, especially the small ones, practically impossible. If I put tongues in these 3, this one didn't put them properly, that's the Ripper I put in the best because I took my time on that one. Really, to put the tongues in, you've got to sort of hold it with one hand and get something. I use the flat end of my tweezers here to go inside, then push down to push the peg into the hole to get it in properly. But if you don't do that, you know, a bit of a struggle. They are nice looking figures, really. And it's nice to have these 6 released at one time. But again, Rippers too expensive. Should have been a multi-pack of at least 3, and people who bought sort of 2, 3, 4, 5 packs to get a load of sort of Rippers. And I didn't realise, I looked at the back of the box, there's actually a flight stand, so it does look pretty good on there. Okay, let's bring them in for a close look. Let's start with a Termagant, or Termagant. This one is with our spike rifle, which I find incredibly difficult for him to hold, because he can't really, there's no handle for him to hold with this strange hand underneath. But you can hold with that one hand there, so it's pretty good. Unless you're supposed to hold it from the handle part here, like a sword, I don't know. But same setup as the first wave releases, does look the same. Looks pretty nice. The inking's good in these. It just kind of works having this sort of a creamish off-white, then sort of inked, and a bit of dry brushing on the armor pieces, but looks pretty cool. Then our next one, you stay standing up for me, just about. Our next one with the spine fists is a lot easier to pose with these. His tongue's not improperly, sort of twist it to the side, but again, looks pretty cool. Our Ripper pretty cute. I think they could have done some extra articulation on the arms here, as opposed to having just folded underneath. Add a bit more value to this $20 tiny thing. But the flight stand is nice. They include Joytoy, do make nice flight stands. Nah. Then let's go to our Hormagaunt. Is it Hormagaunt? I'll quick check. Hormagaunt. So this one I got standing up, looking pretty cool. Obviously, then put the tongue in on him. Might be my favourite, these ones, I think. Number 2, who I sort of posed in a semi sort of running, ready to get you. Action pose. So these ones, just that light inking and that light dry brushing works so well. Yeah, they could do more, but I think it's probably some of the better looking figures in terms of the inking and dry brushing. So I need a little bit on these to make them sort of really stand out. Then number 3, who sort of got up to you, now he's ready to strike. Again, then put the tongue in. Looks pretty cool. They are nice. Now the box said they are mainly 10 cm. I'll show how they're measuring 10 cm. And the Ripper was 4.5. Get that focus. They all 10 cm apart from the Ripper. It appears to be. I'm not sure how they're measuring. I'm guessing it's just the head to where the tail attaches. Surely. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty much to head where the tail attaches. You go total length, we're looking at about 17 to 18 cm. And height's going to really depend how you've posed them. So, you know, like this guy here in his pose, to the top of his head, he is only about 8 cm at a push, which is about 3¼ inches. And if I look at the Ripper, they said 4.5. They said 4.5. Did I just read that right? They said 4.5. That must be height. That can't be length, surely. Yeah, height may be 4.5, but total length to the tail, not including curling around, is about 3.5, 3¼ inches, about 9 cm approaching. And then our Tara Hormagaunt. Now, obviously, he's far more than 10 cm and he's posed like this. Here, you can see that he is approaching, he's 5 inches, he's about 12.5 cm like this stance. 10 cm would be far more accurate when they're sort of posed like this, where he's about 9, and this one here in that sort of pose is around about 10.5, 11. So the measurements on these are very difficult to gauge. You know, it depends how you pose it, really. Comparisons. So what I am going to do is make a little bit of, zoom out a little bit, come up here a little bit. Let's make a little bit of space, and then I'll get the other 2 from the first wave in there. Our other Termagant and our Tyranid warrior. Put the warrior next to him so you get a size, an idea of size. I've got space for all of these. Ooh, it's going to fall off. Let's put him there. Let's put the biggest in first. Our warrior. Is he going to stand up for me? Yes, he will. Oh, yes, he will. But his tail's going to be in the way. He's going to through the. There we go. See a marked difference in size there. And then our other one, he can sort of squeeze in behind here. Don't fall over. Get yourself up right there. And as our releases so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 releases so far. Looking pretty good. Obviously, you want to buy multiples of some. I think I've got 2 or 3 warriors and a few more of these guys here. I might have to get a couple more Rippers, but I'm not going to army build these. Just a few more. So, you know, I've got like, you know, Star Wars did the Tantive 4, Star Wars Vintage Collection, the Tantive 4 diorama sort of corridor. I bought like 30 of those in a sale. So I can do like a huge sort of space hole game, and I can put Tyranids in that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. Let's compare to some other figures. I'll take these 2 out again, since they're not the focus of this review. Let's start with a human. Let's use a Cadian. It's going to stand for me. Okay. We get an idea of height there. Let's put this one a bit closer. Get a bit of a zoom in now. Get to see how they look. Look pretty damn cool. Let's change to a Space Marine. I'll use the Apothecary because obviously these Tyranids are keep him in business. And obviously he is a fair bit bigger. Zoom out a little bit. And then lastly, let's go to, I don't know, articulation is it after. Lastly, we'll go to a Terminator. Blood Angels. Brrr, who is massive in comparison. Huge. If you've not done so already, please consider joining the Patreon link on the top right of the screen now. You can see all the videos before they're published on YouTube, exclusive content from time to time, and prize draws too. Next prize draw will be in February, Chinese New Year next month. This month is Christmas, so I've got a lot of things I've got to do anyway. But February I have a prize draw again for a prize. So articulation, there's only two I need to show articulation on. Is it two? Basically the Ripper and this one. This one I've shown previously in other reviews. So if you've seen that, you'll know articulation is like it's not any different, and I'm guessing these will be the same. So we'll look at the Ripper first of all. And so the tongue you can move left and right. Let's get a focus first. The jaw does sort of open and close. The head swivels and goes up and down. The arms come out and in, forwards and backwards sort of. And there's a small joint there. And tail, it feels like there is, but there's not that I can see. That's pretty much it. And then on to our Hormagaunts here. So tongue will be the same, open, close. You can turn from the head up, it's really good, and down. The neck has articulation too. Shoulders all the way around. You've got a bend, but it's about 90 degrees. You've got another joint here. These arms again, you can go outwards and inwards, but not very far. These ones again, outwards and inwards is very minimal on these middle arms here. Go a bit further actually, because everything gets in the way. Again, you get a bend, but it's about 90, but the joint looks kind of weak in there. And you've got another joint there, which is pretty damn good for this movement here. Thighs can go all the way around. They go outwards and outwards a little bit, inwards pretty damn good. You've got a kneecap that goes forwards and straight, and you've got the ankle, which has a small motion there and a small swivel, but not really a turn. It can turn from the knee. And then the tail is from there all directions. It is a nice release. I mean, they look fantastic. If you just pose them like that with the other two, and you've got like some of your normal sized humans as opposed to your Space Marines, that look far more imposing. But I think they look good. But the Rippers, I don't think are value for money. They could have done more, I think, for the cost that you pay for them, or they could have released in a multi-pack. But they look nice. Okay, this is all Smash Toys. I'm signing out. So please like, share, subscribe. Check out the Patreon. I'll see you in the next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.